People all talk about depression and say I don't understand it. I will say, listen, there's been times in my life where I was fully functional as an adult. I would never label myself depressed because I don't believe in the idea of labeling myself in a negative, because I don't believe in things that take power from me. But there's been times in my life where I didn't give a fuck if I lived or died. There's been times in my life where I went to fight a man and I didn't give a shit if I lost and even woke up. I had nothing worth living for. I was brokey, didn't have a girlfriend, didn't have any fucking money, got a 2-day call to fight some world champion, had to lose 10 kilos in 2 days, had nothing else going for me, got on a plane to Dagestan and fucking won. By all conventional wisdom, I was depressed. I was suicidal, but I was just like, no, I don't give a shit. I was most powerful when I was sad, when I was depressed, when all these things. Feeling depressed is real. That is a real thing. And I truly believe that the reason you feel depressed is so that you are inspired into action. You're unhappy with your surroundings and you're inspired. This is the reason why you don't want to go to jail. Both of us don't want to go to jail because we'll both be depressed because we don't like our situation. It's a natural human instinct to make you work hard and try harder to build a life. So when people come to me and go, oh, I can't, I'm fat and I don't know what to do because I'm depressed. I say, no, you're depressed because you're fat. Go the other way around. Feeling depressed is real. But this idea that you can walk through life and everything's fine and you can catch depression from the sky like a disease and stretch your brain and there's nothing you can do about it. And no matter how hard you try, you are depressed no matter what. This is garbage. This is complete garbage that's been propagated by the weak-minded. And the proof of this is that in countries with a harder life, where people are too busy struggling to survive, there's less depression. It's only in these countries that have nothing else to fucking worry about.
I watched a documentary about a girl. She was a German girl, and she was on a plane in Chile in the 70s that crashed. And she was the sole survivor in the jungle. She woke up next to her headless mother. She woke up, she walks around the jungle, she has a bad cut, the cut gets infected. She ends up struggling for food, she collapses, gets saved by local people, nearly dies, ends up back in Germany, blah, 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 blah. And they asked her in the interview, so how did you recover from this? You woke up next to your headless mother and you nearly died in the jungle, and now it turns out you're alive again and you're back in Germany. What did you do? You know what her reply was? Well, I got a job because our family needed money. And they said, well, what about therapy? And then she goes, we didn't do those things back then. There's the proof. It's all bullshit. She's been through more than anyone.
Instagram's the #1 cause of female depression in the Western world. I'm 100% sure of it. Any girl who's 29, I know girls who are 29, 30 years old and they're still beautiful, but they'll scroll up and down and they're nearly in tears and on 22. Like literally, Instagram is that powerful for these women and they live on it. And so women, they got a ticking time clock, but as a man, you haven't got to be handsome. You ain't got to be pretty. If you're a successful dude and your mind's right, you can be an ogre. And you're still going to be out there doing whatever you want to do and living your life. Depression is the ultimate motivation. Oh, so you're depressed. Okay, so you come along to me and you tell me you're depressed. I expect to see a huge list of what you're achieving per day. You're unhappy with your life and you're depressed. I don't expect you to be popping pills and sitting laying in bed. I expect you to give me a huge list of everything you're achieving per day. Depression's a fantastic motivation. You know, but people are told the opposite. No, you feel depressed, that's wrong. You should be happy anyway. Take the pills, stay home, take some time off. Complete garbage. You're depressed? Okay, get up, go for a run, lift more weights, make more money, get a second job, get more girls. Like, you can outrun depression. I said this to one guy who was coming to me.
That's a great quote right there.
You can outrun depression. You ain't got time to be sad if you're getting where you need to get. You ain't got time for that. You can outrun it. If you start working the jobs you need to do and you're training and you're seeing 3 or 4 different girls and you're trying to start your business on the side, you have no time to sit around moping. So outrun it. And before you know it, you'll wake up one day and you'll look at your life and go, wow, if you take 2 people, one believes in ghosts and one doesn't, you put them both in haunted houses, and in the middle of the night there's a bang. The person who believes in ghosts is now terrified. There's a ghost, they're calling an exorcist, they're panicking in the room, they're hiding. The person who doesn't believe in ghosts goes win and goes back to sleep. It's the same noise, it's the same scenario, but it's the belief in their mind that terror and ruins their life. It's the belief in their mind that turns against them. And I've said this many times. I don't even give a shit about right and wrong. You can give me with every scientific proof in the world, depression, I refuse to believe in things that take my power away from me. I'm only going to construct a mental model that allows me to be as powerful as possible. If believing in the idea of depression is going to take my own power away, then I won't believe in it. I don't want to believe in things that make me weak. I believe in things that make me strong. And someone goes, well, you're wrong. Listen, let's assume you're correct and that makes me wrong. Let's say that you're right and you're depressed. Why would I want to adopt the thinking of a man who's sad? Why would I want to think like you? Wouldn't it better to be wrong and be happy and have a sports car and a yacht and a private jet? You want to talk about right? Look at your life. I don't believe in things that take power. I never have. So when people email me and they start saying, I'm depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed. And what's funny is this, I talk to them and they desperately defend the idea of depression. I'm like, my friend, you just told me you're too depressed to be successful and depression has destroyed your life and you lost your girl. I'm telling you that the enemy in your life isn't real. And you're now sending me 10 emails a week trying to convince me that your enemy is a real thing. Why are you sticking up for your enemy? This person, whatever it is, this idea destroyed you, and you're putting your energy into defending it. You should be on my team. Whose team are you on here? You want to sit here and convince me? I'm never going to believe you. I'm never going to adopt your thinking because your life is not successful enough for me to emulate. So why don't you try to adopt my way of thinking? Stop defending this. And they're defending it because it's a cure-all excuse. Listen, if depression is a disease that can't be helped, that is irrespective of outside stimuli. If you live a depressing life, you will be depressed. Crazy, I know. Call J.K. Rowling. Tate said if you live a depressing life, you're gonna be depressed, because you fucking are, right? People say to me that's not true. Brain chemistry, you can't help it. It strikes out of nowhere. The whole thing, the reason it's promoted is the same reason anything else in the modern world is promoted. They will never promote anything unless it detriments masculine imperative. The reason that depression is promoted is because it allows you to become ultimately selfish, live inside of your mind, become obsessed with me, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm sad, so you don't pay enough attention to what's going on around you to realize you're getting fucked by a ruling class who don't give a shit. That's all it is. Nothing in this world is promoted unless it is bad for you. Every single thing that you're gonna find on nearly anywhere in the world is gonna be promoted because it is detrimental to your psyche. You must resist the slave mind.
Depression is a blessing, and I'll tell you why. Because there's no light without dark.
Yeah.
There's no joy without pain. You have to have both. It's the oldest human philosophy, yin and yang. The only reason I'm so happy with my life now is because I was once broke. This is why having some money is fun. I've had one and now I have the other. So if you're depressed, you need to sit there and go, okay, my life now is shit and I'm depressed. It's gonna be fucking amazing when I get my shit. You've been given a baseline to compare it to. And you're gonna be thankful as fuck you were once depressed when you're back at the top. Imagine me and Tyson Fury now. He was depressed and now he fucking just fought that fight and got paid millions and millions of pounds and everyone's loving him again. The differences in his mindset, that's where the fucking experience of life is. You look at life and you enjoy it based purely on the differences. If you're born rich and you stay rich your whole life, you don't fucking appreciate it. It doesn't mean anything. And this is the reality. So if you're depressed, you have a shit baseline to build a great life off of. Fantastic, good. But you need to be man enough to get up and do something about it. To sit there and cry your eyes out and think you're gonna take a pill is garbage. Everyone has the ability to be depressed if their life is shit. And everyone has the ability to be happy if they live the life they want to live. There are some famous people who say they're depressed because they may not be living the life they want. If you live the life you want to live, you're gonna be a happy person.